Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Lenny. Today I want to do this video in order to share with you guys my experience homeschooling my son. My son is currently 8 years old. He's in 3rd grade and he is not being homeschooled, but he was homeschooled from pre-K all the way to 1st grade. And once he started 2nd grade, he went to a public charter school. So I would like to share with you guys why I decided to homeschool him. How was our experience? Did we enjoy it? Did he enjoy it? Do I regret homeschooling him? And so on and so forth. All that stuff, guys, as much as I can fit without making this video too long. So why did I decide to homeschool my son? It all started because of COVID. I was not planning on homeschooling him. To be honest, homeschooling my son is not something that crossed my mind ever. It just randomly crossed my mind because back in March of 2020, if you guys remember, it was the official lockdown. I remember very clearly because I was working as a school teacher, as a pre-K teacher. And I remember I was actually dismissing my students, my pre-K students, when we heard that the kids would not be coming back to the school because there was a lockdown because of COVID. And you can only imagine the craziness going on with the schools and all that stuff. I remember, I think it was before spring break, and after spring break we never came back to the school. It was all supposed to be virtual through Teams, and that was crazy, trying to teach a class of pre-K kids through Teams. And I had never used Teams before, Zoom, none of that stuff. It was, how can I say, kind of like a paid time off for us teachers, especially pre-K teachers. I tried my best to teach and all that stuff, but it was mayhem. It was crazy. So anyways, I remember eventually, I'm not sure when, the kids started going back to school, but they were required to wear the mask at all times. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to put my son through that. My son was actually already enrolled in a school nearby, in a public school, to attend pre-K, and he was so excited. I was excited. It was a school where I had previously worked as a substitute teacher, and I knew it was a very good school. They even ensured him a position in the pre-K class, because pre-K works through like a lottery type process where you get picked, and if you don't get picked, then you don't get picked. But he got in for sure because I knew the people. So it was really cool, really smooth process. I remember taking him to the school to see the teacher, because I even selected the specific teacher that I wanted. I had selected the youngest and the newest one, because those are usually the very hands-on and super like involved teachers, the ones who have all the energy, not, you know, they're not burnt out or anything. And she seemed really nice. My son saw the teacher from far, and she even saw the kids getting like a little fun pop, and he was so excited about it. He had even visited my classroom as a pre-K teacher, and he had seen my students, and he had played in the little centers, the house center and the block center, and he was like in love with the idea of attending pre-K. But then the whole COVID thing happened, and I decided there's no way I'm gonna send my son with a mask, and too risky. At least that's what I thought at the time. So I decided, you know what, I'm a teacher, so I'm just gonna homeschool my son. Pre-K, at least here in Florida, is not mandatory. You're not mandated to send your child to pre-K. So I didn't do anything official. I did not contact the school district in order to let them know that I was homeschooling him. But I still did the whole process. I started him off with the program, The Good and the Beautiful. And I focused on language arts, reading, and math. That's pretty much all I focused on. And we did that for a while. My son, he was very independent. He was already reading small words. So it was very easy, very smooth process. After that, he went to kindergarten, and that did require me to contact the school district, do the whole paperwork, submit it, and was more official. I put more effort into the curriculum that I got for him, and I tried to do a more structured routine and a daily routine where we incorporated more of the different subjects like science and social studies and stuff like that. And it was awesome, guys. To be honest, I have no regrets whatsoever having homeschooled my son. I feel like it happened without me really planning it, but I'm so thankful that it happened because I got to truly enjoy those early years with my son. I was working remotely. I ended up not going back to the school either. I made a career change and started working remotely, and I was able to homeschool my son. And one of the things that I enjoyed the most about homeschooling him in those early years is all the hands-on activities that we did and the quality work that we did, because I handpicked everything we did. I handpicked the language arts and the reading and the math and the Bible study and all that stuff. It was amazing. Like, all we did was quality work, and my son truly loved learning. Therefore, I have no regrets homeschooling him. I think it turned out perfect. I homeschooled him from pre-K through first grade. And then it's funny because him going to an actual public charter school for second grade was accidental. It wasn't planned. My plans were to keep homeschooling him to like third or fourth grade, but there was a little incident where I just knew that he wanted to socialize. Like, he wanted to be with other boys and he wanted to play. He wanted to just have fun. And so my husband and I, we talked about it. It was a very, very hard decision. And we made the decision to just put him in school. And then my sister, you know, who used to also work for the school system, told me, you know, he's really bright. He's gifted. Why don't you get him tested so that once he enters the school, he's in a better classroom with, you know, bright kids who hopefully behave better. So I did that. I started the process. Actually, going back a little bit, I had him tested before I even knew that I was going to put him in the public school. But then it kind of overlapped. And when I was in the process of getting him tested, I decided to put him in school. So anyways, to make the story short, he started the school for second grade and he loved it. He loved it. He loved it. And he still does. He's in third grade and he loves it. And yes, he's in a gifted classroom and he is doing great. And I know for a fact that he is doing great because of all my effort, all my hard work, and all my dedication that I put into the homeschooling and all the enriching and good quality work that I was able to expose him to. And I think one of the things that I did, one of the things that I truly love about homeschooling is that I exposed him to a lot of literature, a lot of live books. Instead of the typical textbooks, I surrounded him with storybooks, with chapter books. And that's what we did a lot of, instead of just, you know, reading these boring textbooks that we usually see in the classrooms. I remember Fridays was a day where all he did not have to pick up a paper and pen, so it was just read. I would get books from the library, books that I knew were of interest to him, and I would tell him to sit down, get nice and cozy, get your cute little stuffed animal, and just read all day. And that's what he did. So anyways, guys, I'm going to end this video. I just wanted to give you guys an overall idea of my experience homeschooling my son, why we did it, and why we decided to not continue homeschooling. But I would love to do more in-depth video about homeschooling if you guys are interested, what curriculums I used, what approach I used, how did I teach my son to read. He started reading at a very, very young age. If you guys are interested in that, please let me know and I'll be more than glad to do more of these type of videos. Anyways, guys, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave any comments if you like. Bye.